10 podcast ni.
All right, here we go. Astrology series. Welcome to the Life podcast. Here we are again. We are about halfway through now. I think this is the Cancer episode. So, I think we're about 6 episodes in. We finally have made it. I got the same cast with me. I got Black Unicorn down there, and then, Cynthia in the building. We got the experts in the building. This one's gonna be a good one. We talking about cancers. We were running at the mouth before we started the recording, and I was like, yo, let's get into it. Let's just chop it up. Let's throw it in there. So here we are. How y'all doing today, man?
I'm doing well, very well. How
Okay.
about
I'm
you?
doing well, thank you too. Yeah.
All right then, let's get into it. So, as you know, if you were born between June 21st or July 21st, not or June 21st between July 21st and you're a Cancer. Some might say July 22nd, whatever floats your boat. But if you're between those dates, if you were born in between those dates, you are a Cancer. So with that, Cynthia, I'm gonna let you start off. Is basically what is a Cancer? Is it earth, air, fire, water? What is a Cancer?
Okay, so definitely Cancer is a water sign. Okay. Um, yeah, that's everything I'm gonna say for now. I'm gonna explain more
Good.
later.
All right. Good. I love it. Um, so basically what does it represent? I mean, what is their overall personality? What is a Cancer to you when you think of Cancer?
So when it comes to what it really represents, so there's a story, right, of Hercules. When Hercules was, there's a story where Hercules was trying to fight the Lernaean Hydra that was sent by goddess Hera in Greek mythology. So there was this monster, right, that had 3 heads. So Hercules was trying to fight this snake of 3 heads. And there was a point where, well, he was trying to kill that monster. And after that, Hera noticed that he needed to send somebody else to fight Hercules. So she sent a giant crab, and this giant crab bites on Hercules' foot. So that's the moment when this goddess Hera decided to place this crab in the sky forever. And that's how supposedly the sign Cancer was born. And it's also Cancer, it's considered one of the cardinal signs in the zodiac chart. So when I say cardinal, there are 4 cardinal signs, right? There's Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer.
Mhm.
So cardinal signs are very famous because they are the start of something. They push something. They
Mhm.
represent new beginnings. So this is the beginning of summertime.
So in terms of their personality, just give me a overall, just something quick, like what can you expect from a Cancer?
Well, I think cancers are very intuitive. I think they're very nurturing. They can be. Let's say they can be, right? Very nurturing, family oriented, loves the home, loves decorating their homes and making it a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say for me, I have a list of things from Cancer personality that I can describe. And the first one, I would say it's emotional. As a water sign, Cancers are emotional. So then that means that they are extremely sensitive. You got to be a little careful on how you treat a Cancer because they might take everything personal. So also, but not everything is bad about this sign. They're also very famous for being a caring person, like Stanisha said, someone very loyal. And then also they are protective of their loved ones because
Yeah.
Cancer has to do with protection.
They have an interesting planet, ruling planet. What is that ruling planet for the Cancer?
So, Cancer's ruling planet is the satellite, because I mean, it's not really a planet, right? Moon. So, remember that there's a lot of things associated with Moon. One of them is motherhood, another thing is creativity, and I will explain a little more later.
Mhm.
Mm.
But just a
Mm.
little reference, a little reminder on every like Wolfman movies, you will see that every time there's a full moon, the Wolfman change their personalities, right? So you can expect that from a Cancer as well.
Oh no.
Right.
Just talking about their qualities and their traits. What do they bring to the table, being a Cancer?
Okay, so I would say to start, I would say that Cancers are deeply caring. So as a sign that truly values protection, they are very caring of their friends, families, romantic relationships as well. So you can expect to see them as a mother figure, this kind of people who like to take care of others. Like people who, let's say, people who are in a romantic relationship, right? And their partners are addicted to something. And there's these persons that like to save them. That's how Cancers are. So they can thrive on professions related to like healthcare, maybe like being a nurse, childcare. Um, they also, I would say, the second of their traits will be they're very sensitive people, so they can be excellent social workers because they understand people emotions. They have a lot of empathy to share with the world. Um, the third thing is loyalty, like Sonisha said at the start. So they go above and beyond for the people that they love, and that can be applied for their professions or their interpersonal relationships as well.
Mm.
And then the next thing is their creativity. So the moon is famous for ruling creativity. So if there's any Cancer rising sign who have a strong moon, they will be very creative. So because they are very creative, they can be excellent actors. There's a lot of people from Hollywood that have a Cancer rising. And it's because of that, because they have a great ability to understand emotions or express their emotions to others. And then also, I would say that they can be excellent on anything that has to do with food too. Because just like I mentioned at the start with the story of Hercules, Hera was related to, it was the goddess of family, right? So Cancer is also associated with nutrition and feeding others. So
Mhm.
any Cancer rising sign or a person that has a strong solar sign Cancer can be excellent on any profession related to restaurants or food in general.
Crazy. I know
Yeah.
Cancer. She's real good with like food, nutrition. Like that's
Hmm.
wild. Hit the nail on the head with
Nutritionist. Yeah.
yeah, that's really good.
I must not be meeting the right cancers. But go ahead.
Nah, not even. I didn't know there was a right Cancer, but
I mean, I'm saying the ones that are good with the food and stuff like that
yeah, nah,
and
this
nutrition, like,
this one's special, right? But check.
okay.
All right, we gonna flip it, right? Because this one also is the epitome of a lot of the weaknesses that we know about Cancer. So, I mean, let's get into the weaknesses. We can start with Black Unicorn. Like, what are some weaknesses that you know about a Cancer? Um,
Oh, I would like to say that cancers can come off very, very insecure, very insecure. And if you don't, if they don't know you, like she's like Cynthia was saying, the shyness and things like that, that can be considered a weakness as well because you can lose out on gaining relationships and things like that with people. And I feel like cancers can hold grudges,
mm,
right? They hold on to emotional things. So they can hold on to emotions for like hours, minutes, weeks, you know what I mean, and years. And then all of a sudden it's like that emotion is going to come out and you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, I didn't even know. They can be passive aggressive. And I know most people can be passive aggressive, but this sign
yeah,
for
they
real.
it's like petty, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Petty is another one, right? I
Okay.
said they can give you a compliment, like an underhanded compliment. They're known for doing stuff like that. Just give you Do you think that they're giving you a compliment, but then you realize like that didn't sound like a compliment? Like, what was that?
I have a lot to share about cancer weaknesses.
She has a lot to share. Oh man,
Okay,
crazy.
so the number one weakness that I would like to point out is moodiness. Um, I've noticed that cancer risings, at least the ones that I know, because I don't know many, but I really know very well cancer rising. So the number one is moodiness because cancer is an emotional sign, right? So they
Mhm.
are very sensitive, and that may become that make them extremely moody. Um, so there's a point where it's really hard to, in a bad day, it's really hard to understand a cancer.
Mhm.
Um, because and that can be really exhausting for a romantic partner or even an intimate friend, because there's a point where you lose your patience with them, and that can become something very toxic, because I can picture a cancer, let's say in a romantic relationship, right? So they can become over like too clingy,
Mhm.
and for some people that's a little too much, and so going back to the romantic part of their personality, it's not something that anybody can understand. The
Mhm.
number two is the part of gossip. I've noticed that rising cancers, I'm not saying all of them, but I
Mhm.
noticed that they are prone to have this sort of like vengeful, secretive um, part of their personality. Like if you do something to them that for them is something too personal, they
Mhm.
might talk on your back.
Yeah.
So, and they to the point where they can make up stories about you and lie just to make them, have the right on what they are saying.
Mhm.
So they are like a wounded tiger. The next one is that I noticed that they tend to over exaggerate their emotions. So, like, I don't know, something can happen to them, right? Something very small, but they make it too big. They
Yeah.
make they make a, I don't know, a little spider, tarantula, a
Right.
big monster. So at some point that it might make them, I wouldn't say liars, but yeah, potentially they can lie because they over exaggerate things.
Right. Do you think they do that intentionally?
Sometimes it depends from person to person and how they were particularly raised, or how toxic they are.
Or
Uh,
petty they can
but I
be.
would say that another thing that I noticed and that is very related to over exaggerating emotions is the part of playing victim.
Mm.
Big
You know,
time.
Yeah.
like pretending they're feeling terrible, so they want everybody else to feel sorry for them,
Mhm.
which is not healthy at all. Imagine in a romantic relationship or any kind of relationship too. This is toxic.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was quite a bit. I think I agree with just about everything. I think something also is they could be very like pessimistic. I feel like they could be
Mhm.
very like nosy. Like they really want to know everything, they want to control everything. That's just kind of my perception of it. Like they really want to have that control and just kind of be a little bit of a pessimist and not leave
Right.
things alone. Like they always have to have a say into something.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
feel like they're major gas, they can be made low vibrational, like not all cancers, but low vibrational cancers can be very much of a gaslighter. They make you think that something is going on when it's not going on, just really playing with your mind. Like they play with your mind too, as well. They're really good at that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
They're
Um,
the masters of ghosting too.
Mm,
yeah.
they could be dangerous.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, are we done bashing them? Was that it, Cynthia? What's one of their biggest strengths? Like, just give me what's one of their biggest strengths as a Cancer?
Some of their biggest strengths, because not everything is bad, right?
Mhm.
So the first one is that they are definitely very caring. So Cancer is represented by motherhood, right? So they are very passionate when it comes to taking care of others. So that's for me, that's their biggest strength.
Yeah, the nurturing part of it. Hmm.
Yes. Number two, I would say the fact that they are good listeners.
Mm,
So because they are very emotional, right? They are great at listening to others' emotions as well. So they show a lot of empathy and they're good at that.
Hmm.
So they can be great as, like I said, social workers, therapies, anything
Hmm.
that has to do with emotions, you know.
Hmm.
And then um, I would say they're also very passionate on everything that they do. So they go above and beyond, and that can be applied for a work environment or for any other kind of environment as well, because Cancer is a cardinal sign. So usually
Hmm.
cardinal signs are very famous for being pushers, you know.
yeah,
So
Hmm.
they are excellent workers as well.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
They're
even
really
though
good.
cancers are not a fire sign, you know, or they are also very hardworking people. So you can really rely on them to be the cinema, like this kind of people who push for new beginnings, you know, it keeps them going at work. So I have a very good example for everybody. So we have Elon Musk. Mr.
Oh.
Elon Musk,
Yep, yep.
loved or hated, whatever, whatever. But we can all agree to something, you know, that Elon Musk can be considered a smart person. You know, why not? Yeah, he's a very smart guy, and so I did my homework, right? So Elon Musk, he's a rising Cancer. Okay, he has his sun sign in Cancer as well. So his sun sign, I believe, for what I can remember, his solar sign was on his 12th house. Okay. So on his rising Cancer, he also has a Mercury. So at the start, I was very confused, you know, because I said to myself, since cancers are very emotional, how is that the richest man of the world, or what he can be considered the richest man of the world, can be a cancer, right? And the answer to that is because his rising sign has Mercury on his first house.
Mm.
So you guys know that Mercury rules everything that's the mental smartness, right? So and in the sign of Cancer, you know that Cancers are ruled by the moon, right? So moon
Mhm.
rules creativity. So the Cancer rising and the Mercury combined would equal a genius, someone like Elon Musk, you know, someone who is very creative, someone who I said that Cancers are it's a cardinal sign, right? So he's a pusher, you know, he's not afraid of new beginnings. He keeps
Mhm.
going and going and going, and he's not
Mhm.
afraid. And that's something very obvious, you know, because we can all hear that every single month or every single year he has new project going on. He's very successful. He doesn't stop.
You see how his creativity. He has many
Yeah,
shows out now. He's always doing things in the music, entertainment, and the motion picture entertainment industry. So yeah,
yeah.
I can see what
Oh,
you're talking about.
well, this might be the wrong crowd to ask, but I'm gonna ask anyway. What is there any sign that's compatible with a Cancer? Is
Of
it
course. Okay,
Water
so I
signs and
can,
earth signs.
uh-huh.
okay? So which one specifically?
So for me, okay, obviously, you know, who can get along with a Cancer? All earth signs or water signs, right? But I mean, after that, I can also point out that I think there's two signs that I think Cancer will get along with, or will find less challenges there, you know. So the number one for me would be Capricorn. They're
Hmm.
opposite, you know. I have mentioned this in previous videos, but I will mention that one more time. I feel like opposites, they get along very well. Why? Because they're opposites, you know. One has what other doesn't have. So I feel like Capricorn is there to bring Cancer stability. as an earth sign, you know. So it's someone that Capricorns are famous for structure.
Hmm.
So that structure can help a Cancer to keep afloat in life and understand and be more in tune with their emotions.
Hmm.
Number one. Number two, I would say that the other sign that can get along with a Cancer is a Taurus. Why Taurus? Because Taurus are famous for being slow motion. So I feel like Taurus as as a slow sign, they can get they have the patience to understand a Cancer.
Hmm.
So they will get along very well because of that. And the ops, the signs who I feel like they will have more challenges with a Cancer would be to start, I would say an Aries, because
Aries.
an Aries is okay to start, it's a fire sign, right? So they are very famous for being very impulsive, you know. So I feel like they wouldn't have the patience to understand Cancer's emotion. And number two or number three, I would mention a couple more signs, which the number one will be Sagittarius and the number three, Libras. So they are free mind spirit signs. And I feel like since they are, seeking for freedom, they wouldn't have the patience to truly understand Cancer's moodiness. So for them, it's not about emotions, it's more about exploring, and um, they would just simply not get along very well.
Now here we are to this conclusion. We go end it off right. All right, because we love our cancers too. All
Yeah,
right.
we love Cancer. I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, we all love all signs.
You know what I'm saying? But what is the general purpose of a cancer? What are they put on this planet for? What are they good for?
Okay, so I would say cancers, right? So far we started with Aries, right? So that this is how I see it, right? In Aries, as human beings, we were babies, right? So we were a baby that is trying to get developed, right? So that's the first station. Our second station will be Taurus, right? So in Taurus, we are seeking stability. We're seeking possessions, right? In Gemini, as human beings, we were nomads. We were, traveling from one place to another, trying to look for new experiences and trying to look for, sense of like purpose. And in Cancer is the point. This is a point where we got tired of seeking new experiences, and we need some sort of stability. So we need shelter, we
Mhm.
need a home. The main purpose of a Cancer is to show humanity that a sense of a family is very important, And I feel like this is something that we really truly need in this point of our society, because families, at least here in the US, the same Elon Musk said something about it, that the population is in decline, right? Like the sense of being a family is getting loose. It's getting loose. So I feel like Cancer is there to remind us that having a family, there's nothing wrong with having a family. Is the base of society. So I feel like Cancer is there to remind us that it can provide us with shelter, with protection, with nutrition. We need to take care of ourselves. If you had I don't know, a bad mom or bad parents, you can become a parent for yourself,
Mhm.
You need to understand that you can truly take care of yourself and you don't need anybody else to do that. So that's the main purpose of a Cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well
dig it.
said.
Nah, but this was a good episode.
Oh, fantastic.
This is
Yeah.
all signs got the good and bad. So you just got to work on the bads and try to push towards the good. So I appreciate y'all once again. We got this episode pretty much concluded. We're about halfway through now. So
Mhm.
the next episode should be really exciting. I think a lot of people are big fans of the Leos.
I
Um,
am one.
you know what I'm saying? So I look forward to the next episode, and I look forward to everyone else coming through and watching. So I appreciate y'all. We'll get to the next episode. Peace.